Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining me. Hey, Rhode Island. Welcome to the gates of hell. That's right, you are about to officially join the Civilian Disarmament Club because your state has now passed, that's right, an assault weapon ban. I wonder why they felt so emboldened to just go ahead and continue with the disarmament efforts. Makes no sense. Listen, everyone in Rhode Island is saying, oh, hey, this is a bill just like the one we got in Washington. It is true. There was a significant change between the bill that was passed out of the Senate, which looks like that's the one headed to the governor, versus the one that came out of the House. We are going to go through both bills so you can understand, and we're going to give you, well, some lived experience. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about another state passes an assault weapon ban. Okay, Rhode Island, we are talking about your state. In essence, we're also talking about what we did out here in Washington State as well. So you will get some lived experience. And for everyone else in America, welcome to the gates of hell. Because this is what happens when you live in a civilian disarmament state. The state of Rhode Island, emboldened by the fact that the United States Supreme Court showed no interest in the challenge to their high-capacity magazine ban, decided, well, let's just keep rolling with it. And they have now passed an assault weapon ban. Now, I want you to understand what we're going to do is we're going to talk about two pieces of legislation. The first assault weapon ban that we talked about here on this channel was one that passed out of the House of Representatives, and that was H5436. And in addition to having a massive constitutionality problem in the essence that it banned firearms that are in common use for lawful purposes, it also had a second problem with it, which is that the only way you would be able to keep a grandfathered assault weapon would have been to register it with the state of Rhode Island, thus creating an entire another legal challenge. Now that passed out of the House, went over to the Senate. However, at that point, the Senate took it from there and they passed Senate Bill 0359. Now that's the Senate's version. And I can assure you that the Senate's version is significantly more straightforward than the bill that was passed out of the House. The Senate has passed this bill. It has gone back to the House. The House has passed the Senate version, and now it heads to your governor's desk, and he will sign it into law. And so this becomes a reality. And the most important thing here, Rhode Island, is you have between now and July 1st of next year to stock up. And I am going to encourage all of you to do that, and I'll explain in just a moment. Now, going back to Senate Bill 0359, which is headed to the governor's desk for signature, understand that this bill is almost a carbon copy of what we did here in Washington State. And what I mean by that is the bill prohibits the following. No person shall manufacture, sell, offer to sell, transfer, or purchase a prohibited firearm except as otherwise authorized in this section. Any person convicted of violating this subsection shall be punished by imprisonment of not more than 10 years or by a fine of up to $10,000, and the prohibited firearm shall be subject to forfeiture. So what it does, Rhode Island, is it bans the commercial sale and the commercial availability of semi-automatic rifles as well as certain pistols and shotguns that all fit under that very all-encompassing definition. It bans the sale and offer for sale of those effective July 1st, 2026. Okay? Now, there's multiple reasons to stock up. One of them is the obvious, because you're not going to be able to buy one of these things after July 1st, 2026. The second thing I want you to understand is what this does to your FFL industry. Take it from experience out here in Washington State. If your local gun store was more like your local grocery store, which, by the way, they both operate on relatively the same profit margins, which ain't much, I want you to imagine that you go to your grocery store and say, hey, listen, you got 15 aisles worth of stuff and you got all of this overhead. We're going to make you keep all of your overhead, but we're going to take aisles 10 through 15 out of your store. So you basically have cut the available inventory and ability to make a profit by at least 1/3, and yet they still have the exact same overhead and expenses. So this is a significant blow to your FFL industry. And yes, There will be some FFLs that will go under because of these bans. I'm sure if you go back and you look at time, there were some FFLs that probably had significant financial struggles when the magazine ban went into place. So there are multiple reasons for you to go out there, and I want you to understand that when I say go out there and support the FFLs, I'm not talking about the Bass Pro Shops of the world. I have nothing against them, but they have deep pockets and they will be able to function. I am talking instead about the small, independently owned FFLs, the ones that have probably been serving the same community for decades now. Now, Senate Bill 0359 does not have a registration component, okay? Neither does Washington's law. And so any firearm that we own prior to the enactment date of our assault weapon ban out here is ours for now to lawfully keep and use in whatever way we want to. The original House bill, which had not only the registration requirement, but also limited where you could actually use and possess an assault weapon. So essentially it was like keep it in the closet of your bedroom and that was about it. The Senate version does not have any restrictions as to where a assault weapon can be possessed and or used so long as it is in compliance with the rest of Rhode Island and federal law. The other big difference between the Rhode Island bill and the Washington bill is ours passed in April and went into effect essentially about 3 months later. It appears, because I have no doubt that your governor is going to sign this bill, Rhode Island, that you're going to roughly have about 12 months to adjust to this incoming piece of legislation. So Rhode Island, welcome to the Civilian Disarmament Club. We have been proud members of this club for a number of years now. Of course, the club was formed by California, New York, and Illinois. Now listen, the enactment date of this legislation, assuming your governor signs it, which he will, is July 1st of 2026. So you got plenty of time to go out there and stock up. You got plenty of time to start budgeting for this. But again, I really want you to go out there and support your local independently owned FFLs. The bill, once again, is Senate Bill 0359, Substitute A. We're going to link it up down below so that you don't have to take our word for it. You can geek out on it for yourself. If you got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. But if you don't, that's okay. That information is down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here, you click on that link right there and you tell us all about it. If you want to subscribe to the monthly newsletter, the ability to do that is down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's everyone remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you might find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.